Hello, everybody. About a year ago, Walt and I put out in paper our missive for the year, predicting what 2023 would look like. And we said three storms would develop. The first storm was the domestic political storm, meaning that the parties wouldn't be able to get along at all. There'd be so much infighting, we would lose the ability to solve problems. Well, check. We said storm number two was going to be the geopolitical storm or shifting alliances. Well, what did we see? The BRICS nations. Remember BRICS, that acronym. Brazil, the B, Russia, India, China, South Africa. We would see that alliance grow, and that would become a challenge to the West. Check number two. And we said the third storm would be de-dollarization, that there would be an international movement away from the dollar. That certainly got started last year. So what do we see for 2024? I'll say this, I believe those three storms will continue and intensify. And we've talked about this. Does anybody believe that if Trump is elected, the left is going to go, he's our president, whatever we need to do? I doubt it. All right, what if Biden is reelected? Can you imagine what the red states are going to feel like? You got to be kidding me. 4 more years of open borders, these policies, so on and so forth. So the domestic political storm will intensify. Will de-dollarization continue? Absolutely. With the addition of United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Ethiopia, we're going to see more countries moving away from the dollar. And so the alliances and the de-dollarization go together. So I'm going to call 2024 the year of conflict. Now we can say it'll be for all three of those areas. And in fact, over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to lay it out point by point by point. But there's a common thread through all of this. And that's this. We have corrupt money. So stay with me here. I'm going to tell you a story from decades ago, and you're going to feel like this right now. Vince Lombardi had just had a horrible game with the Green Bay Packers, and he had the whole team in front of him, and Coach Lombardi, being very sarcastic, held up the football and said, "This is a football." Jerry Kramer, the lineman, raised his hand and said, "Coach, could you go a little more slowly?" The whole place erupted. I feel like that right now. What is money? Well, throughout history, money's been a lot of things. Money's been sheep, it's been cattle, it's been goats, it's been gold, it's been silver. In some cultures, it's been seashells. Right now we use credit cards, digits, we use paper. Now we're just using phones to pay for things. Well, what money isn't any of those things. That's really currency. Money is a different thing. So in America today, we have two agreeing parties as to what money is. We the people. We agreed to work hard, pay our taxes, contribute, be good citizens. What does the government, who issues the money, agree to do? They agree to give us a currency that's of value. Well, as the government prints trillions of these dollars, they debase the currency. That debases your work without your permission. In the Bible, this is called unjust weights and measures. So what happens? Trust breaks down. We can't quite put our finger on it, but we know something's wrong with the money, that it's somehow corrupt. So what happens? People start to cheat on their taxes. They game the system. They take benefits they shouldn't get. So the government gets mad and they put the screw down on the citizens. And you get a spiral down of mistrust. Money is actually trust, because all of those other things we just talked about, whether you're exchanging cattle for goats or seashells for coconuts, it's all based on each party is going to keep its part of the agreement. I remember many years ago, I was in London with the family, the kids were little, and at the London Museum, they had at the top floor a special exhibit on money. So he said to Teresa, I said, "You take the kids, go look at the mummies, I'm going to the 6th floor. She rolls her eyes. But up there was this British guy. He looked like Mr. Peabody. He had the bow tie, the vest, the little glasses, I mean, the whole thing. And he had just a card table out. And he had money from the Roman Empire. And he said, look, he said, at the beginning of the empire, the coins are gold and silver. Then in the middle of the empire, even as they're growing, the coins become composites. They start adding tin to the silver, bronze to the gold, and debasing the currency. And then at the end of the empire, all the coins are base metals. And he held up one of the coins, and I remember it vividly. He looked at it and says, rubbish, really? Rubbish. And this is exactly it. What have we done with our currency? We've corrupted it the same way the Romans did. And it's corruption that leads to conflict in all those areas we just talked about. So again, over the next couple of weeks, I'll be doing kind of a series on conflict, but the common denominator through all of it will be the corruption of money. So with that, I'll leave Walt to give you the day-to-day and certainly the headline stuff, which is also important. And until next week, thanks.